Anxiety and mood swings are common but not normal, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly what to do to gain control of your mood swings through nutrition and stress management. This video is broken into 3 sections. First, we talk about the foods you want to include in your diet to improve mood and lower anxiety. Then we talk about my personal experience with anxiety and mood swings and how I got control of them. And lastly, I'm going to talk about some really simple and easy to implement habits for those of us that have been trying to lose weight but it feels overwhelming and unsustainable. I coach normal people and specifically female clients with symptoms of chronic disease, so acne, joint pain, bloating, mood swings, PMS, and I also work with clients who are diagnosed with some form of metabolic disease like PCOS, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Anxiety is a symptom that feels like it consumes you, and my goal is to empower my audience with tools that help you gain control. Anxiety is just like any other physical symptom. When the body is nutrient deficient, it cannot break down fight or flight neurotransmitters as well. It feels confusing, lonely, frustrating, and it can make us feel distant from loved ones and detached from things we used to really enjoy. Just by eating more nutrients, you can regulate your emotions and get to the root cause of anxiety. Most people don't know that emotions like excitement, joy, and happiness require nutrients. When our diet is calorie dense but low in nutrients, we default to worse feeling emotions like depression, anxiety, and boredom. There are 10 foods you can eat that will fill these nutrient gaps so you can fix your mood swings and feel calmer. These are just some of the foods that I want to include, so leave a comment down below if you think I missed any important ones. Number 1 is salmon. Salmon is high in omega-3 fatty acids, which reverse inflammation and help repair damage to the brain. If you choose to supplement with omega-3, buy a brand that comes refrigerated and is in its full triglyceride form. The minimum dose recommendation is 2 grams per day of EPA and DHA with food. Number 2 is blueberries. Blueberries contain a type of polyphenols called anthocyanins, which are eaten by gut bacteria and used to help grow types of bacteria that regulate your mood. Half a cup a day is the recommended daily intake. Number 3 is onions. Onions have quercetin, which helps us grow a healthy gut microbiome, but it's also great for preventing age-related diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. Any type of onion is great. I personally find onions delicious in omelets and soups. Number 4 is citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and lemons. Citrus fruits have flavonoids that help with gut integrity and the reduction of inflammation. They also help in building a mucus barrier in the gut, which we need for a healthy immune system. I personally love having warm lemon water first thing in the morning, and you can also include oranges and grapefruits in smoothies or yogurts. Number 5 is grass-fed steak. Grass-fed steak has every single essential amino acid that we need to build neurotransmitters that make us feel happy and calm. It also contains minerals like iron, magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, which our body needs in order to break down nutrients. I love the air fryer for cooking, but you can also use a cast iron pan with butter and cook a steak on medium temperature for 6 to 8 minutes per side for medium to medium rare. Number 6 is dark leafy greens like kale, arugula, spinach, and broccoli. Dark leafy greens contain vitamins and minerals, but they also contain anti-nutrients that may play a role in making your immune system more robust and able to handle inflammation. In those with autoimmune disease, dark leafy greens may actually cause a reaction because the immune system cannot handle these anti-nutrients. But in those without autoimmune disease, they can have the opposite strengthening effect. To make them easy for the gut to absorb, I would recommend cooking or steaming them and having them with a fat source. Number 7 is sardines. Sardines are a low cost and easy way to get protein and omega-3 fatty acids. Number 8 is lean roast meat. Lean meats are incredible sources of amino acids, which the body needs to be in a good mood, and lean roasts like pork leg and inside round beef are very low calorie and easy to cook. I will generally cook a roast in my slow cooker for 8 to 10 hours on low and in half a cup of water and salt, and then take it out and pull it apart and separate it into containers and top it with veggies, and that's my meal prep for the week. Number 9 is avocado. Avocado is a fruit and it is very dense in riboflavin, niacin, and folate, which all help with energy, DNA regulation, and digestion. Avocado can be added to smoothies or salads, but since it is high in healthy fats, make sure you track it in your calories so you can stay in energy balance or deficit if your goal is weight loss. Last but not least, number 10 is extra virgin olive oil. EVOO has polyphenols in it that help promote a healthy gut, which is very important for brain health and mood balance. It also has anti-inflammatory effects, almost as powerful as over-the-counter pain medications. Make sure you track it for energy balance, as it is high in fat, so it's higher in calories, but the benefits are definitely worth the added calories. Those are my 10 superfoods for being in a better mood. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed any. Anxiety is easier to regulate when we understand it. It makes us feel a lot of confusion while we are feeling it, so I want to clarify what exactly anxiety is. Anxiety is an emotion. An emotion is a chemical reaction that happens when a peptide binds to a receptor on a cell. Emotions that make us feel good and emotions that make us feel bad are all chemical reactions. Women feel more emotions, and that is how we evolved. It can be a superpower if we learn to control it. Emotions are signposts, but not directives. In other words, how we feel does not need to impact how we behave. Just because we feel anxious doesn't mean we need to react to that anxiety. If you feel like your baseline emotion is anxiety, eating nutrient-dense foods is, in my opinion, one of the low-hanging fruits you can control. Another realization I had early in my career was the understanding that anxiety isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you allow it to control you. When I was in my early 20s, I worked super hard as a young personal trainer and got promoted to a management role. It was really exciting, but also terrifying because I wanted to do a good job. Everything seemed fine at first, but I ignored all the pressure I felt and I pretended to be someone I wasn't, and in a few months I went from happy and excited to drowning in anxious thoughts. And before being a manager, I never struggled with anxiety, and I had no idea how to regulate it, so I turned to things like sugar, caffeine, and unhealthy relationships to distract me from my anxiety. Being inside my own head felt like a war zone, and that's what my life reflected for a little while. The moment that saved me from my own thoughts was one night in the hospital. My body was in a lot of pain and I was laying in a hospital bed waiting for the 5th doctor to come tell me they didn't know what was wrong with me. I told myself nobody is coming to save me and I need to save myself. I had been in the health and fitness industry for 4 years, but that was the turning point where my true health journey began. Emotions are the foundation of health, and what I learned from that experience is that emotions are not good or bad, it's how you respond to those emotions. It's not a coincidence that my pain went away when I started to learn how to regulate my emotions. Our body is always responding to how we feel. I was eating foods and taking medications to make myself feel better in the moment. When I learned how to self-soothe, I didn't feel like I needed those things anymore, and my body was able to heal. Your body is highly intelligent and always adapting to your environment. The question you want to ask yourself is, what environment are you putting yourself in and why? Your life will always reflect what's going on in your head, so sometimes the first step is to just be nicer to yourself. Here are some ways you can lose fat without tracking all of the food that you eat. Number 1, eat slowly and mindfully. Treat mealtime like an appointment. Turn off devices, slow your breathing, and pay full attention to your food. Number 2 is eat to 80% fullness. This is more easily gauged when you are also eating slowly. To lose fat, you want to be taking in less energy than you are putting out, and the easiest way to do this is to stop eating before you are totally full. Number 3 is to eat mostly whole foods, the ones I listed above, and limit foods that have more than one ingredient. By eating whole foods, your body uses more energy to break down those foods, and so you end up getting more nutrients, and your body will lose fat because it is in an energy deficit just by working harder to digest fiber, protein, and other vitamins those foods contain. This will also help with regulating mood and appetite while losing fat because you will feel more satisfied after and between meals. Number 4 is practice good sleep hygiene. Sleep regulates appetite and mood, so you will feel calmer and make wiser choices around food. A recent study showed that a group of people who get 5 hours of sleep versus a group that gets 8 hours do not see the same fat loss results, even though calories were the same for both groups. The group that got 8 hours of sleep achieved better fat loss. This is a good example of the importance of sleep for fat loss. So now we should have action items on what to eat, how to manage stress by changing self-talk, and how to achieve fat loss without needing to be on a restrictive calorie counting routine. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell and leave a comment and let me know if this information is helpful for you in your journey to becoming symptom-free.